So here's all the parts that I'm going to use for the head assembly for my new pick and place machine. The base is going to be a end plate from Inventables. It's pre-drilled with the holes for Maker Slide. So it's a little bit bigger than I need right now, but eventually I'm going to put a camera here for vision for the pick and place. But right now it's just going to be, let's see, a tiny little stepper I got from SparkFun, and some pulleys and a belt I got from FingerTech Robotics, and they've got a really good selection of a whole bunch of different sizes of pulleys and belts, so I was pretty happy with everything. They had exactly what I needed, and they've even got a calculator on there that'll tell you what size belt you need, etc. So pretty happy with them. That'll go to that, and then the big guy I'm going to bore out, and then I'm going to put in this, let's see, what is it called? Quick turn lure lock tube coupling, and it's just a metal, it's got a vacuum connector on one end and a lure fitting on the other, and then there'll be this needle, and both of these came from McMaster Car. And so the plan is, if I connect the vacuum tubing, the plan is this assembly is going to pick up parts. The head will move to where it needs to go, put the part down. So I'm going to put it together now, and I'll be back. I've drilled out the holes for the stepper motor and the lure holder, and I also bored out the 3mm hole that this pulley came with to fit on here. So what I'm going to do, it's just tight. The lure lock right now is just screwed tight. I'm eventually going to use some Teflon tape to prevent any metal on metal contact, so hopefully I won't need any ball bearings or anything like that, but we'll see. So that's going to go on like that, and then I'll have the belt and the little pulley go on the stepper. So then what's hopefully will happen will be the controller will send the signal to the stepper, which will rotate the head. So if I pick up a piece like this and I need to place it this way, I just do a head rotation. So that's the head pickups. Oh, and then eventually I'll put a camera here for vision assist, but for the initial project I don't need that, so this will be it for now. So I'm going to finish assembling this stuff, and then I'm going to get started on the Z-axis. This is my second generation pick and place machine so far. It's the mechanical assembly, none of the electronics are connected, and everything's not trued up yet, but the frame's all good, and I guess as a proof of concept it's all working. So what I've got is sort of a hybrid of a Shapeoko 1 and a Shapeoko 2. There's some Shapeoko 1 parts, these red plates, and most of the Maker Slide. But then I've got the new ones and plates, because I needed this open and this open, which on the original Shapeoko it was a single metal plate. The other thing that I'm doing that the Shapeoko doesn't do is I've got a belt on the Z-axis. The regular Shapeoko's got a screwdriver on the Z-axis, and that makes sense for when you've got a big mass for your Dremel or whatever, but I have hardly any mass at all on this guy. It's basically just the pickup head assembly, and belt drive is much faster than a screw drive. If you watch my older video, you can see that quite a lot of the time in a pick and place cycle is just the head going up and down, because it's got to do the screw drive, which is much slower. Let's see, the Z drive, or the Z-axis, sorry, itself is basically, there's on Instructables, there's a, I think it's like a camera slider, and I just used all those parts with the addition of end plate that the pickup head assembly is connected to, which is in the other video I made. So the Z-axis just up and down with its belt, and then it's connected to the standard y-axis with these two bolts that connect to the standard end piece, and then it wobbled a little bit too much this way, so I drilled, there was a hole here on the Maker Slide 2 part, and then I just matched it on the bolt, or on the plate for the motor there. Let's see what else. Oh, I've got I've got limit switches on, let's see, not connected yet, but I've got limit switches for this axis. Let's see, sorry. This axis on both sides. And here, because the end plate goes out farther, I couldn't go all the way to the end of the motor plates. So I just use insertion nuts and some bolts to set the limits on that one. And then I've got one more limit switch, or I guess a homing switch, just for the z-axis, just so it knows this height as a point of reference. I'm not sure I'm going to need one on the downside. I think I'm just going to limit it with this insertion nut and bolt here so it doesn't hit the bottom. Let's see. So everything, like I said, everything's working. All axes are, oh nice, are going. The pickup head assembly, let's see, can I show you? Is working. Not going to be able to see that, but when the stepper turns, the head will rotate. So the next step is going to be to connect all the electronics and start making sure all the old stuff, like the vacuum assembly and everything like that from the old guy, works on the new guy. Once this is all up and running, I'll run some place tests, and then I need to get the feeder heads working. So hopefully I can have everything up and going by the end of the summer. Thanks.